Hi, my name is Elizabeth Olvera. I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I hope I will eventually get to know each of you personally. But until then, I wanted to share with you my story on how I started running my own legal document assistant business, Olvera and Associates, and my story on why I share what I do with my community through my YouTube videos. I began my legal career in 2003 working at a mid-sized law firm in San Francisco, where I specialized in civil litigation cases. As a trial paralegal, I supported the attorneys who represented big companies and government agencies at trials and arbitrations. Around 2011, I found myself needing a judgment for a contested divorce. At that time, I was a mom to 3 small kids. I began my search for assistance with my divorce process when I was consulting with multiple attorneys, which I found through the lawyer referral service in my county. However, after meeting with one after the other and getting high-priced quotes, I quickly realized that I had no choice but to do my own divorce paperwork because I wouldn't be able to afford an attorney. Even though I was making good money at the law firm, I didn't earn enough to pay my household expenses and the attorney's fees. As I began doing online research on how to fill out the divorce forms and get them filed with the court, I was so confused. All of the judicial counsel forms looked the same. They requested the same information multiple times on multiple forms, and I didn't know which boxes to select on the forms. I searched online for resources that might be able to help, and that's when I came across Cynthia, a registered legal document assistant who I had to beg to help me file my case because she could only do uncontested divorce form preparation. Cynthia helped me get my initial paperwork filed correctly with the court, but after that, I had to handle the rest of the case on my own because Cynthia wasn't allowed to give legal advice and she didn't handle contested cases like mine. My divorce got really ugly. Multiple court hearings and mediations were scheduled as my ex-husband and I went through a child custody battle. I tried my hardest to represent myself the best that I could because my ex-husband was represented by an attorney. He had the upper hand in the divorce case. I considered myself a smart paralegal that was good at civil litigation law, but I didn't know anything about family law. There were many times where I didn't exercise my rights at court hearings, mediation sessions, or on the court filings themselves. If I didn't know what my rights were, how could I know to exercise them? I couldn't even afford to hire an attorney on a consulting basis. When you're a single working mother with 3 kids, there isn't very much time to do legal research, and there's much less time to put on a decent case. Nonetheless, I put up a good fight in court and on the pleadings, but in the end, I didn't get full custody of the children. Instead, I had to share custody with my ex, and I was ordered to pay child and spousal support because my ex refused to go back to work. Eventually, after 3 years, which seemed like an eternity, and after being dragged emotionally and mentally during my divorce case, my divorce was finalized. It probably would have been resolved sooner had my ex not hired incompetent attorneys. I'm happy to say that after receiving my divorce judgment, I reclaimed my freedom, and my children and I were able to rebuild a happy home. Doing my divorce was one of the hardest things that I had to do. It was frustrating for me because I didn't always feel supported by my family, but I had even less support from the judicial court system, which was just as isolating. I had many doors and clerk court windows shut in my face. At times, I was turned away help for various reasons. Many times I felt defeated by trying to navigate the court system and the filing process on my own. I wanted to give up, but I didn't because I was doing this for my children. I remember thinking to myself, I have all of this legal knowledge of legal forms and the court process, and I'm having a difficult time. I can't even imagine how others trying to do their own divorce without legal knowledge feel. And from there, I decided that I could use my experience and newfound knowledge to help others facing similar situations. And that's when I decided that I could provide legal document assistance services to other self-represented litigants too. Having gone through a difficult and contested divorce has put me in a unique position to gain a better understanding of people's legal situation from their perspective, which in turn allows me to better help them with their process. Today, I'm proud to say that I run a business where I'm able to provide form preparation services to the public. My business allows me to provide a great impact directly to the people who need it most, the single mom and dads, the abused partners, and the married persons who need their voice, power, and freedom back. Thanks to everything that I went through, I can be a guiding light for others going through a divorce or other family law issues. And the same could be said about what I share with this community through my YouTube videos. I have gained a lot of knowledge going through the trials and tribulations of starting and running my own business, and I'm glad to share that knowledge with my subscribers. I share my knowledge as a person with hands-on experience that can still provide business owners with the insight and knowledge to help them run their business successfully. I'm only one person, and I can only help so many clients at a time. My hope is that by me sharing my knowledge with other LDAs, we can create a community where more LDAs will see that they too can provide access to justice and use their knowledge to help others in need. Because sometimes those that help others need help too. We're part of the solution to the access to justice gap. We all have a story. Thank you for listening to mine. Don't forget to like and subscribe.